In 1945, 5 U.S. Navy planes vanished without a trace over the Atlantic. The pilot's final words echoed with desperation. "We're lost. The ocean doesn't look right. Everything's falling apart." They had entered the Bermuda Triangle, a cursed stretch of sea that swallowed hundreds of ships and planes, leaving behind mysteries that chill the world to its core. Is it a supernatural curse, a portal to another dimension, or a darker truth lurking beneath the waves? Today, we'll unravel every layer of this enigma. Don't look away, because the truth might change how you see the ocean forever. The Atlantic Ocean stretched endlessly beneath the wings of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy Avenger bombers on a routine training mission in December 1945. Their mission was simple: navigate a triangular route off the coast of Florida and return to base. Yet, as history would later record, those planes never made it back. Their last radio transmissions were fragmented. "Eerie? We are entering white water. Nothing seems right. The ocean doesn't look as it should." Moments later, silence. Thus began one of the most infamous legends of modern history, the Bermuda Triangle, also ominously known as the Devil's Triangle. A vast stretch of ocean bounded roughly by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, it became a graveyard of ships and planes, or so the stories claimed. For decades, this region has captured imaginations, inspiring books, documentaries, and Hollywood blockbusters. People whispered about sea monsters, alien abductions, and portals to another dimension. But what if the truth is stranger, and at the same time simpler, than the wildest of theories? For much of the 20th century, the Bermuda Triangle was painted as a supernatural abyss. Tabloid newspapers screamed headlines of ships vanishing into thin air. Pilots reported compass needles spinning wildly. Sailors spoke of ghostly fog that swallowed entire vessels. Authors like Charles Berlitz popularized the myth with best-selling books, convincing the world that this patch of ocean was cursed. And yet, behind the sensationalism, real questions lingered. Why did so many disappearances happen in that exact zone? Why did radar sometimes malfunction there? And why did no wreckage ever seem to appear? For decades, science couldn't fully explain it. That uncertainty only fueled the fire. But as technology advanced, satellites scanned the seas, meteorologists mapped atmospheric patterns, and geologists probed the ocean floor. Slowly, the pieces of the puzzle began to emerge, and the Bermuda Triangle started to look less like a portal to another world and more like a deadly intersection of natural forces. One key discovery came from oceanographers. The Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current that runs directly through the triangle. Ships or planes that crashed in its waters could be swept away in hours, leaving little trace. Wreckage didn't vanish. It was carried far away. Another revelation involved the weather. The region sits in the heart of Hurricane Alley. Sudden storms, violent squalls, and waterspouts could overwhelm even the most experienced sailors. In the age before modern radar, a ship caught in such fury had almost no chance of survival. But perhaps the most fascinating explanation came from beneath the ocean floor itself. Scientists discovered vast fields of methane hydrates, frozen gas trapped in sediments. When these hydrates destabilize, they release huge methane bubbles, reducing water density. Imagine a ship sailing calmly, when suddenly, the sea beneath it can no longer support its weight. The vessel would sink almost instantly, leaving no trace on the surface. For aircraft, methane bursts could ignite in the atmosphere or cause sudden engine failures. That eerie white water, reported by Flight 19, it could have been foaming seas caused by such a release. With these findings, scientists began to realize the Bermuda Triangle wasn't cursed. It was simply a perfect storm of geography, weather, and geology. High traffic routes meant more accidents. The Gulf Stream erased evidence. Storms and methane explained the suddenness of disasters. And yet, even as explanations emerged, the legend refused to die. Human beings crave mystery, and the Bermuda Triangle offered an irresistible cocktail of danger and the unknown. The more science demystified it, the more some people clung to their beliefs in alien abductions or time warps. In truth, the U.S. Coast Guard and NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration have stated plainly. There is no greater risk in the Bermuda Triangle than in any other heavily traveled part of the ocean. The disappearances, tragic, yes, but not supernatural. If the Bermuda Triangle has been explained, why does it still fascinate us? Because it represents the unknown. It's a reminder that, despite all our technology, nature still holds power over us. Storms can destroy ships, currents can erase evidence, and the ocean floor still hides secrets we haven't uncovered. Think about it, we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the deep ocean. That vast blue wilderness, covering 70% of our planet, remains largely unexplored. Who's to say what other mysteries lie beneath? And so, the Bermuda Triangle remains not just a place on the map, but a symbol. A story we tell ourselves about the line between science and myth, reason and wonder. Behind the statistics and scientific reports are real human stories. Tales of sailors, aviators, and families left with haunting questions. Take the story of the USS Cyclops, a massive U.S. Navy collier that vanished in 1918 with 306 men on board. No SOS signal, no wreckage, no explanation. To this day, it remains the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. naval history. Investigators suggested structural failure, storms, or even sabotage. But because it disappeared in the Triangle, conspiracy theorists painted it as a supernatural abduction. Or the story of Flight DC-3 in 1948, carrying 29 passengers from San Juan to Miami. It vanished only minutes before landing. Its radio signals suddenly cut off. The wreckage was never found. For the families, there was no closure, only whispers of the Triangle. This emotional void kept the myth alive, passed down in hushed conversations, documentaries, and campfire stories. No mystery is complete without Hollywood turning it into spectacle. In the 1970s and 80s, films and novels seized the Bermuda Triangle as the ultimate stage for fear. Books like Charles Berlitz's The Bermuda Triangle sold millions of copies, mixing fact with speculation. Television shows dramatized disappearances, showing ships vanishing in glowing whirlpools or planes sucked into the sky. Hollywood understood something profound. Fear of the ocean is universal. On the big screen, the Triangle became less about science and more about primal terror. Even today, video games, thrillers, and documentaries return to it, because the idea of an invisible force lurking in plain sight is too good to resist. But here's the irony. Every time a movie exaggerates the mystery, scientists come forward to correct it. And every time they correct it, the story grows stronger, because people secretly want the mystery more than the explanation. By the late 20th century, universities and research groups began addressing the myths head-on. The U.S. Navy declared no official records proved the Triangle more dangerous than any other ocean area. Lloyd's of London, one of the world's biggest insurance markets, confirmed insurance rates for ships are no higher there than elsewhere. NOAA published clear reports. Disappearances were caused by storms, human error, navigational mistakes, and powerful currents. Satellite imagery also revealed something chilling. The area is full of hexagonal clouds, a rare weather phenomenon that can create deadly 170 miles per hour wind blasts, like air bombs. Such bursts could literally flip ships or force planes into the ocean. Combine that with methane eruptions from the seafloor, and you have a region where nature can behave unpredictably. Not supernatural, but terrifying nonetheless. The Bermuda Triangle isn't unique. Around the world, other oceans hold their own dark legends. In Japan, there is the Dragon's Triangle, equally feared by sailors. In the North Atlantic, storms near Iceland have swallowed ships whole. Even the Great Lakes in the U.S. have their own Bermuda Triangle, with unexplained wrecks and vanishings. The truth is, whenever human beings sail dangerous waters, mystery follows. The Bermuda Triangle just became the most famous because of its perfect blend of location, timing, and media attention. So, has the Bermuda Triangle been solved? Yes and no. From a scientific perspective, the answers are clear. Storms, currents, methane, and human error explain the tragedies. There's no evidence of aliens, time portals, or supernatural forces. But from a human perspective, the Bermuda Triangle will never be solved because we don't want it to be. We want the story. We want to stand at the edge of the ocean, staring at the horizon, and wonder what's really out there. Every culture needs its legends, and the Bermuda Triangle is ours. A reminder that the ocean is bigger, stronger, and more mysterious than we are. And maybe that's the greatest truth of all. The Bermuda Triangle, a place where fact and fiction collide. Science may explain the storms, the currents, the methane, but legends live on, whispering that somewhere beyond the horizon lies a sea that does not forgive mistakes. A place where humanity's need for mystery meets the raw power of nature. Maybe the real Devil's Triangle is not out there in the ocean at all. Maybe it's in our imagination, where fear, wonder, and curiosity will always collide.